Now, more Jamaicans arrived in the country under the JAM COVID repatriation program today. We journeyed to the Norman Manley International Airport with representatives of the Ministry of Health as they assessed the current systems in place.
Coming home, oh my God, it's like I reach heaven, I come out of prison. Yes.
Norma Kelly is among scores of Jamaicans who returned home Tuesday on a JetBlue flight from Fort Lauderdale, United States. We were told just under 100 persons were on board the aircraft. They are part of the JAM COVID repatriation program. Ms. Kelly had been anticipating this moment for weeks. She says initially she was given a July return date, but was later rescheduled for Tuesday's flight.
I was so happy, believe you me. So you know that burden was off of me. But I tell you, it was terrible, dear, because you have nowhere to go. You just have to stay in, because you know, if you go out, it's as if you're thinking that you're gonna get the coronavirus.
We observed sanitization in full flight as the passengers were picked up by their loved ones. A necessary process, this lady explained as she proceeded to spray her bags with disinfectant again.
I just scared of it. Although I can't see it, but I'm scared. Yeah, so we have to sanitize, that's what they say, and keep the thing going, you know.
It's estimated that the process from disembarking the aircraft to being processed by customs is roughly 45 minutes. Inside the airport mirrors a hospital with public health and immigration officials, as well as members of the security forces in personal protective gear. So first, passengers are briefed.
We were orientated first thing getting off the plane properly as the steps that we should take to go through the process of getting home and what the quarantine process would be like.
They're then processed and then move on to the sampling stage.
When she told me that she's gonna test me, first thing I said to her, I said, but it's gonna pain. She said, no, you do what I said you are to do. And exactly, it's just a little of the swab. You feel this piece of stick, and then she swabbed my mouth. I don't even know that I have it done.
After persons are tested for the coronavirus, they then go through customs and immigration, and then a final check with the JAM COVID app team, where the GPS is activated to track the returnees. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton was on hand to assess the process, given that the country will be open to more flights in the coming weeks.
At some point, we will have to make a determination as we open up more to determine what stage may need to be consolidated or taken out of the process. And that's something that I think will require discussions involving other parties. We have had to redeploy significant resources in terms of people to conduct this exercise. These are persons who would otherwise been doing other things in the public health system, community health aides, primary health care nurses, public health inspectors, and doctors, of course.
The process wasn't, that crazy. A little bit lengthy, but that's fine.
I think that they did a fairly good job. It's first world.